What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video, well, we are a few hours away from the Love Cup and Master Leagues dropping here in Go Battle League. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the Pokemon that I've invested in or I'm going to be using for the Love Cup this week. We're also going to look at 5 teams that you guys could utilize here for the Love Cup. Let's go ahead and get right into it. All right, checking out the Pokemon that I have ready to go for the Love Cup. We have a nice core of 12 Pokemon here, all ranging in different coverages and utility for Go Battle League for the Love Cup. So first and foremost, I think there are some really big front runners here, that being Pokemon like Electrode, Medicham, the Charmers. All are going to be very, very strong. And there's also some key coverages as well that you guys are going to need. Now, when it comes to Scolipede, I haven't had a Scolipede before, and this is one of the Pokemon I invested in specifically for this cup. So we're going to take a look at Scolipede here. Going to be running Poison Jab, X-Scissor, and Sludge Bomb. This thing is an anti-Charmer, and it's an anti-Shadow Vileplume. Absolute wall to it, destroys it, which is really nice. Plus, having Sludge Bomb and X-Scissor gives you great neutral coverage on the meta. It's super strong. It's good. It's really, really good. I'll just say that. Next up, we have Electrode. Electrode can also be utilized for the Kanto Cup, and this thing is deadly, everyone, especially on Safe Swap. With Volt Switch, Foul Play, and Discharge, you guys will have fantastic coverage on the meta, and this plays exactly like Galvantula does, where it does 3 Volt Switches and gets to that Discharge or Lunge. In this case, we have Foul Play or Discharge, which will be really nice here for Electrode. Definitely a solid investment for both the Love Cup and Kanto Cup, and heck, even Open Great League as well, it has some play. Next up, we have my Triple Legacy Seaking. I finally decided to invest in this. I have been holding on to it for a long time. Reason being, I wanted to make sure when I do decide to invest in it, that it's for a meta that it can be used in very well, because Triple Legacy Seaking is nice. It's good in Open Great League, but it's not dominant. But when it comes to metas, when it can perform well, like the Love Cup, having access to the 3 moves, all of which are Legacy, being Poison Jab, Icy Wind, and Drill Run, has amazing coverage on the meta. We have that Poison Jab there for the Charmers, also for the Vileplume. We have Icy Wind to one-shot Vileplume Shadow. It's going to be destroying that. Drill Run as well is amazing for Pokemon like Electrode, right? So this thing is an absolute monster of neutral damage on the meta and can perform really well. Next up, we have this guy. So I have it with Waterfall, Hydro Pump, Blizzard. You guys could opt in Hydro Pump for Psychic for different coverage, but I think Hydro Pump is just going to do a massive amount of damage anyways. So yeah, I have Hydro Pump and Blizzard. This thing's an absolute tank. You guys will be seeing this. It's pretty strong. Next up, we have Crustle, something that I used for the Halloween Cup, so I figure why not bring it here to the Love Cup, specifically with Smackdown, Rock Slide, and X-Scissor. This is basically your anti-Charizard right here. This thing will destroy a Charizard in a heartbeat because of Smackdown. So if I'm starting to see a lot of Charizard teams come out, I may just put Crustle into the lineup and utilize that. Next up, we have Octillery. I showcased this Pokemon a little bit ago, back in Open Great League. It's an absolute monster. Mudshot, Gungshot, Octazooka has great coverages on the meta. Octazooka is very, very deadly for neutral damage and has a 50% chance to lower your opponent's attack drastically. On top of that, Gungshot, the one-shot wonder right here for those Charmers and the Vileplume and whatnot. So this thing could definitely be deadly as a closer with, energy advantage and the opponent having no shields. This is definitely one of those kind of Pokemon. Next up, we have both Charmers. Doesn't come as surprise. Wigglytuff here with the standard moveset Charm, Ice Beam, Play Rough, and the Clefable here with Charm, Psychic, Meteor Mash. Charm is going to be very strong in this meta, and the reason why is there's really not a whole lot that can resist it. We do see a lot of fire and some steel, which is why I have Charizard and Wormadam here. But it's going to be very strong against the fighters, specifically that Medicham that a lot of people will be running. So I do have the Charmers there. We'll see if I decide to use them too much, but they're super strong. Next up, something spicy here, Slowbro. Slowbro, being that water psychic type, has a unique play in this meta. Firstly, being able to handle like Medicham, for example, resisting counters, resisting Ice Punch, resisting Psychic, resisting Power Up Punch. You guys get what I'm getting at. Plus, it has the moveset of Confusion and Ice Beam. Psychic is definitely nice for a lot of neutral damage, but that Ice Beam is very, very crucial where the Confusion and Ice Beam can handle a Vileplume, not in a fresh fight, right, because it will lose to Razor Leaf, the Shadow Razor Leaf specifically, but Confusion and Ice Beam will basically completely chunk one if it's low, if it decides to swap in when you have energy and it doesn't have a shield and you land that Ice Beam, right, it definitely has a lot of play, and plus you're going to be resisting some fire moves and whatnot, so this thing definitely looks very, very strong. Now we have Wormadam Trash. This Wormadam Trash is the subtyping, not that it's trash, if you guys get that. But Wormadam Trash here being a bug steel is going to be very weak to fire, but the thing is Charizard being the front runner fire Pokemon that we are going to be seeing, wants to be running with Wing Attack in this meta, which might open up the floodgates for Wormadam to perform really well. Having Confusion, Bug Buzz, Iron Head, it's an absolute wall to Shadow Vileplume. It can destroy Charmers, and it can destroy fighters as well. It's very, very strong, very bulky, but again, you have to watch out for fire, right? The bug steel typing. Next up, we have Charizard here, a Wing Attack Charizard as well. I didn't TM this. I traded for it a long time ago, but I did give it Blast Burn with an Elite Charge TM because I did have a surplus. You guys can use Fire Spin Charizard with Blast Burn and Dragon Claw if you guys don't have it. I wouldn't suggest Dragon Breath because of the steals and the Charmers in the meta. You guys want to be having Wing Attack or Fire Spin. Wing Attack does a bit better because it helps you cover those fighters while still covering the grass and doing neutral to charm, which is nice. And then finally we have Medicham here, an absolute tank. It's my progress or my build up for XL. I've powered it up I think once or twice here with XL candy. As you guys can see, I'm out of Metatite candy because I converted it, but I'm going to be running Counter Psychic Ice Punch. You guys could run Power Up Punch as well instead of Ice Punch, but Ice Punch I think will have a lot of play in this meta, specifically for Vileplume and Shadow Vileplume, and for Charizard as well for that neutral damage, which will be really nice. So that's the list of 12 Pokemon I'm likely going to be using here. I don't think there's going to be any others I'm really going to dive into. I'm definitely going to be leaning towards a lot of Electrode play, a lot of Seeking play, and then bulk that around with different teammates that definitely help out with that. And you guys will start to see the teams here because we're going to go check that out. So if we head over to party section, I have 5 teams built here for you guys. I've practiced with these. They all perform pretty dang well. So if you guys want to utilize them, go for it. I'm going to be utilizing them this week as well. So firstly, we have Medicham, Charizard, Seeking. Medicham on lead, Charizard cover, Seeking safe swap. Again, that Seeking with that drill run with the Icy Wind on safe swap is super deadly against anything that comes into it. It's going to put a lot of pressure out. Next team, we have Alomomola, Wormadam, and Medicham right here. Medicham on safe swap. Definitely going to be drawing out the Charmers or that Charizard, right? Which could be countering the Wormadam, the Charizard specifically. And having that Ice Punch and Psychic is going to be nice on safe swap to apply a lot of pressure. And then we also have the Wormadam, Octillery, and Slowbro team. Wormadam being extremely weak basically to fires. We want to have double covers in the back for that, and it's very dominant against Shadow Vileplume. So if you safe swap that Slowbro, it's likely going to draw out the Vileplume, which means you're going to be doing a lot of damage with Confusion and might be able to get to the Ice Beam to force a shield. Next up, we have the Scolipede, Alomomola, and Electrode team. Very, very deadly. I think Scolipede has a lot of play in this meta for massive neutral damage. Poison Jab is a fantastic fast move. X's are a great shield baiting opportunity or some coverage on some Pokemon. And Sludge Bomb is a pretty big nuke. And then finally, we have the Wigglytuff Charizard. And not Dragon Breath Charizard. I'm not sure why that one is chosen. I think I just misclicked here. The Wing Attack Charizard. And Crustle here. Crustle, again, specifically for the Charizards, basically, or any other fires that we may see, or maybe even Scolipede, right? Takes super effective from Rock there. So Definitely a very, very strong couple teams right here. A lot of fun teams as well with energy play. I think Electrode, Seeking are definitely going to have a lot of strong play in this meta. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I just want to show you guys what I have ready, what I'm going to be using, and some of the teams that I'm going to be running as well so that you guys can use them too. So good luck in your battles today. And let me know what you guys think about my Pokemon. What other Pokemon are you guys looking into? Again, this is not all the best Pokemon, right? There are so many other great Pokemon out there I just don't happen to have, or I haven't invested in them yet because I'm conserving Stardust and whatnot for future seasons. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.